So hello and welcome to this evening's meditation, SYUK UK meditation. We'll start off by doing Namaskar to Shri and then raising Kundalini and putting on Bandhan. So we can draw our attention inside, close our eyes and bring our attention inward. Just notice what we can feel on our hands in Sasrara. And just take a minute to relax. Let all the concerns of the day or any action we've been involved in, any things we've been dealing with, let them fall away from our attention. Bring our attention away from them. As we always do, we start by putting our attention on Sri Ganesh. He who should be worshipped first. Our attention on the Muladhara, on his seat within us, and on him within us. So we can all pray to our elder brother Sri Ganesh. Please remove any and all obstacles to the rising of Kundalini within us. And therefore, to us achieving a state of meditation, of thoughtlessness. We can all, in ourselves, we can all bow down to Sri Ganesh in ourself, in our mind's eye. And humbly ask that he help us on this journey. Into the thoughtlessness of samsara. And then we're just going to listen to this guided meditation. I think it's one we all know well. I'm using our breath to help us enter this state of thoughtlessness.
Say, we have got prana and mana. Now prana represents the right side and the mana shakti is the left side. Alright? These two have to be dissolved. Laya means dissolve. Now how do we do it? To dissolve these two things. They are connected with each other. After realization, not before. So before meditation, we give ourselves a balance. Alright? Which side is more, which side is less. At the time, supposing you are emotionally that time disturbed, then you put your right to the left. If you are that time disturbed on the left side, disturbed in the sense that if your left side is frozen, then you raise your left side and give yourself a balance before meditation. Now, let us see which side is less, first of all. Put your hands like this. Are you alright? Getting cool breeze? Getting it? In this hand not? Alright. Better? Are you getting in this hand? No? Something moving? Cool breeze is coming now. Is there cool breeze? Is it? There is cool breeze in your hand? Are you feeling it? All right. So, once you have given yourself a balance, then the best thing is to pay attention to your emotions, to Manashakti. Watch them. You can enlighten your emotions by thinking of your mother, right? Just enlighten them. Just she will solve the problem. Whatever are the problems in the mana, alright? So once you get connected with those emotions and you start looking at them in your meditation, you will see these emotions are rising within you, and if you try to put these emotions on your mother, as they said, the lotus feet of your mother, they will start also dissolving those emotions and they'll become sort of expands. You will extend that in such a way that you will feel you are in control of these emotions. You are in control of them, and by that controlling those emotions, your emotions which are expanded, enlightened, are powerful. And these emotions, when you feel that way, then the cause of those emotions can be solved. For example, just now, you got emotionally stirred up because I talked about, say, these children. Naturally, anybody would be. Now, when you are stirred up with that, you put that problem of those feelings that are rising in you, that those waves of feelings that are coming at the lotus feet of your mother. So they get touched, say, by that power, you can say. Then these emotions become enlightened. And when these emotions become enlightened, they have a power to solve the problem. Do you see the point? As if they have reached the shore where they got the light and this problem can be solved. Because now you are not in an individual self, you are in the expanse, you are in the samashti. And because you have entered into that position, that's why you have got these powers of entering into another person's body, to see the vibrations of another person, to raise the kundalini. Otherwise, you could not have done it. So for you it is very easy to do it, because I am also sitting here in person. So easy to put these emotions just there so that they get enlightened and your wish is fulfilled. Because emotions are nothing but wishes. These are unfulfilled wishes. Now, how they do it otherwise is also this way, that you take up these emotions and put them. So that is, these emotions are actually the left side, as I said, is the desire. So the desire is taken, any desire, and is put in the prana. Now how do you put it on the prana? That you control your prana. That's why they do pranayamas. See, like you sit down now very comfortably. Now you have a desire to put your attention to that. Attention is very important, see. Now this attention is to be put onto the prana. So the emotions are there, and then bring those emotions and put them into your attention. Means they are now, you are aware of them. Now what you do is to watch your breathing. See now. Try to reduce your breathing. Reduce it. In the sense that you have breathed out, wait for a while, then breathe in. For a long time, then you breathe out. So in 1 minute, your breathing will be less than normal. Alright, try that. Breathe in. Now with the emotions, keep the attention on the emotions, you see, so that the connection is established. Better? See, the kundalini rises. Now when you are breathing, you find that there is a space in between which you just leave it vacant. Breathe in. Now leave it vacant. Now breathe out. Now leave it vacant. Breathe in. Keep it there. Then leave it. Keep outside. Now breathe in. Now start breathing in such a way that you stop your breathing. But attention should be on the heart, or could be on the emotions. Better. Keep the breathing inside for a while. Bring it out, then outside for a while. Then again. Then you'll find that for a while you will not breathe. See, you settle now. The laya takes place between your prana and your mana. Both the Shaktis become one. Now, at this stage when you are silent, now you think of your intellect. It's lost. Just think of it, it's lost, it's no more there. So what is happening actually, that this laya, the attention goes into the intellect and enlightens the intellect. See, the thought is not there. Try to find your intellect within yourself. Now see, where is my intellect? Try to find it. It's not there. It's not working. Again try it. It is working, but it has become the samashti. It's become the collective now. See now? Did you follow that? There's no thought. This exercise will give you this thoughtless awareness, establishment of thoughtless awareness. There is no thought. So the second lesson. Alright? May God bless.
So if we stay in this thoughtless state for a few minutes, and I'll play a little bit of, attempt to render a little bit of Rag Dabari on the sitar. And then we will watch a bit of a Shivaratri Puja talk from 96. Appears to be getting messages here saying that the sitar is not really coming through. That sounds like the audio is not working on that, so we'll just go and watch some of this puja talk from 96 Shivratri Puja.
Today we are going to do puja to Shiva, Sri Shiva. As you know, Sri Shiva is the reflection of Sadashiva within us. I've already told about the reflection. Sadashiva is the God Almighty, the one who sees the play of Adishakti. But he is the Father who is watching each one of his creation or her creation. His support to Adishakti is entirely, fully strengthening. There's no doubt in his mind about the capability of the Adishakti. But when he finds that in the play of Adishakti, the people or the world as such try to disturb her or spoil her work, then he gets into his wrathful mood and he destroys all such people, and maybe he destroys the whole world. On one side is wrathful, no doubt. On the other side is the ocean of compassion and joy. That's why when it's reflected within us, we get our self-realization. We get the light of our spirit, and we get into the ocean of joy. Also, he is the ocean of knowledge. So, those who get self-realized get the knowledge of the divine, which is very subtle, permeating into every atom and molecule. power of this knowledge is there. His style is such that in his compassion he forgives even very cruel Rakshasas if they dedicate themselves to him, because his compassion has no limits. And sometimes the same people who are blessed by him try to trouble the devotees of Adishakti. But it is just to create a drama, an event. Unless and until there is some drama, people won't understand. We had to have Ramayana, we had to have Mahabharata, we had to have Christ being crucified, we had to have Muhammad being tortured. All that drama was there because without events, people don't remember. So in the spiritual life of human beings, they have seen lots of dramas between the blessings of Shiva and the powers of the Adishakti. As the time has moved, today in the history of spirituality, a great discovery has been made. That people can get their realization in the collective mass. Thousands can get their realization. Now we should know what is this realization we have got. What does that mean? And what is the culminating point? First of all, I have to tell you, the mind about which we speak and depend upon is a myth. There's nothing like mind. Brain is reality, not the mind. Mind is created by us reacting to outside. Either we react to conditionings or to our ego. Thus this mind is created like bubbles on the ocean of reality. But that's not reality. With this mind, whatever we decide, we know is very limited, elusive, and sometimes shocking. The mind always moves in a linear direction. And because there's no reality in it, it recoils and boomerangs. Thus, all the enterprises, all the projections so far we have done, it seems come back to us. Whatever they discover comes back to us as a big destructive power or a very big shock. So one has to decide what to do, how to be out of this trap of our mind. Kundalini is the solution. When she is awakened, she takes you. With that awakening, she takes you beyond your mind. The first thing is to go beyond your mind. With mind, you will do many things, but it will not be satisfying. It will be not a solution. It will not help. And when we start depending too much on our mind, we develop all kinds of physical, mental, emotional problems. Now the latest is the stress. And this stress has no solution, they say. But in Sahaja Yoga we find the solution by crossing over this mind. It's like a barrier for our advancement. So when you get your realization, you must understand that your Kundalini has taken your attention beyond the mind. Now this reaction to outside has come because we human beings have a prism-like brain, or we can say prism-like skull. And when the energy passes into it, I have explained it in my books, it goes into bifurcations, or you can say refractions, by which our attention goes out and we react. If we react too much, then these bubbles create a very horrible mind which can lead to any kind of thing. It justifies itself, it pampers your ego. The ego and the conditioning that creates this mind start using and this mind for the purpose of their fulfillment of their all the accumulation of ideas and thoughts which has no backing, which has no reality with it. It's like we make the computer. Ultimately we become slaves of the computer. We make the watches ourselves and then we become slaves of the watches. That's how it dominates human beings. And when a person who has a very strong mind decides to destroy, like Hitler did, with some idea, he can go on destroying, which has a very far-fetched effect on our culture, on our spirituality. Now the first step is to become thoughtlessly aware, where you cross your mind. You go above your mind. Mind cannot affect you. This is the first stage, as we call it, thoughtless awareness. Second one is where you start seeing the working of this Parama Chaitanya, of this all-pervading power, and you start becoming aware that there is a lot of truth in what Mataji says, that there is this power which works out many things. It works miraculously so many things for you. It gives you blessings, it guides you, it helps you. In so many ways it helps you. It gives you good health, good wealth, and also a very good society of very beautiful people in the collective. All that you can see clearly is happening here. Now this happening of achieving thoughtless awareness is very simple and easy. But to maintain at that point is difficult. We still react and we think. Anything you see, you react. To get to that point in thoughtless awareness is first to change your attention. Now, for example, once we were climbing a very high mountain to see one temple called Palitana. Myself, my son-in-law, and my daughter. And we were really tired because we had to climb I don't know how many steps. And when we went up, we were tired, and there was a little canopy made of beautiful marble carving. So we just laid down there. They were very tired, and they said, "What is this kind of a temple?" Grudging. While I looked up and I saw lots of beautiful elephants were carved. So I told my son-in-law, "Look at these elephants. They all have tails of different types." He said, "Mommy, they are all dying. How can you see the tails of elephants?" But if just to divert their attention from that tiredness, I told them that why not see these tails of the elephant, which is very different. So what happens that when you are putting your attention so much to outside all the time. Then you must first of all also divert your attention. For example, you see these beautifully made things here. Your attention is something else. Just try to enjoy the beauty of that. See, there are beautiful carpets here. Just look at them without thinking. Because they don't belong to you, so no headache. They belong to somebody else. It's very good. Otherwise, if it belongs to you, you start thinking, oh my God, I've spreaded them here. What will happen? They have to be insured or some sort of thing like that. That's common human reaction. But if it doesn't belong to you, you can watch it nicely. Now you watch it and don't think. You'll be amazed when you see the beauty that is put inside this. You see the artist who has put his joy, his exuberance into it. And you'll be amazed after realization that this exuberance will fill into you and a cool kind of a relaxation will come into you. And this Kundalini will rise and you will become steady in your thoughtless world. So whenever you look at anything, look at any beautiful thing, even say today's election, just watch the man who is elected. Watching him itself gives him blessings, gives him better ideas. You get also ideas which are coming from reality, which are there. How to make this man a successful person, or this country a successful democracy. All these things happen when your attention is diverted from criticizing, from reacting. Just you watch, become the witness, try to witness of it. It's not so very yet practiced. So far I've seen that whenever even we get achieve our realization, we don't realize that we have to witness it. When you start witnessing through your spirit, then you don't see the bad points of another, but you see the good points. You just pick up the person with very good points. See, so once you see that, the witness state enlarges and you start enjoying another person. You start enjoying everything that is there. Even a small blade of grass you can enjoy if you have that capacity. In Japan, Zen system started on these lines. And he made, Viditama was the person who started it. He made a garden out of moss, different moss, in very small. There were little flowers also. And hardly about 5 feet of the garden, which looks like a shape of a question mark, you can say. You have to go on a lift and you reach that platform on top of a hill or a mountain where you see this. All little mosses are there and you see differently arranged a beautiful garden. When you start seeing it, your thought stops. Because such a marvelous thing, when you put attention to it, to its creation, your thoughts stop. So you must practice as to find out what stops your thoughts, what makes you the witness. Once you develop this habit, you will station yourself nicely in the thoughtless awareness. Then you start watching how Sahaja Yoga has helped, how it has been blissful, what you have achieved through Sahaja Yoga. You will be amazed if you just start watching it everywhere. You'll be amazed how this Parama Chaitanya acts. Nowadays this Parama Chaitanya has become active because of Kruta Yuga. You can see from the way it is playing around with vibrations around me You've seen so many photographs of mine where these vibrations are there. Also, you've seen the photographs of many Sahaja sitting before me. On their head, my name is written down in Arabic language. You've seen so many ways by which you can find out that there is the play of the divine. Now the mind will still try to say something. Don't listen, just watch. The effect of Sahaja Yoga you should watch on yourself, on your body. Don't think about it, but watch it. And you will be amazed how you have changed. To be very frank, when I come to Australia every year, sometimes I can't even recognize you. You look much younger, much better, much happier, and I don't recognize who are these people. It is this witness state which takes you to another realm which we call as doubtless awareness. At that state you can become so empowered that you can give realization to others. You can give realization to others. You can give complete knowledge about Sahaja Yoga. You can talk to them. Also you emit. Circulate भी कर दे थोड़ा, घूमता हुआ कर दे. See, when I'm watching, I'm absorbing the heat. That's my trouble. So, your whole state, spiritual state, becomes so much blissful. You become so powerful. You become so compassionate and so loving, so balanced, completely cleansed with all the destructive ideas you have, all the depressive ideas you have. And then you really stand up as a great Sahaji who can do tremendous work. Like recently I heard that Germans and Austrians are now going to Israel because they think Jews were killed by their forefathers. And there's a big center now start in Israel. Just imagine how these people, once reach that state, go to countries single-handed. They have done so much. Same in Turkey, same in places which are very tremendously remote in South Africa. Because from inside they become completely confident in thoughtless awareness as well as doubtlessly aware. But now, once you start growing by meditative attention, what happens that your attention becomes enlightened. Now the job is to motivate your attention. It's not just to enjoy, but to motivate it, to put it to problems. Now supposing you have some problem on a national basis, you all can put your attention to that and things will work out. Because you are the channel of this all-pervading power, which is trying to create a new world for you, new human beings. And this evolution can take place very fast if you all decide that whatever we have now within ourselves, we should motivate it, we should direct it and put this attention to some use. It should not be wasted. Whatever wealth we have, it should not be wasted. Now this main question today, which I am going to tell you about, that what is God's realization. First is the self-realization, and there are many ambitious people who want to become God's realized. First and foremost thing, we should know that human beings cannot become God. It's not the becoming of it. You have not become also in a way spirit, because the spirit is emitting through you, using you, giving you, looking after. If you become the spirit, there won't be any body left. Nothing will be left. So with this body intact, your spirit is acting through this body, is giving you all the light. But one cannot become God Almighty. This one has to understand very clearly. But what is God's realization is to know about God. You see, to know about God means to know how His powers are working, how He controls, by becoming part and parcel of God Almighty. Like my finger doesn't know about my brain, but it acts according to my brain. The finger cannot become the brain, but it has to act absolutely according to my brain, because it is so connected, it is so one. Here, when you have the God's realization, then you know about the brain, you know about God, you know about His powers, you know everything about Him. As far as I am concerned, it's a difficult task for you, because I am a Mahamaya. It's very difficult for you to know each and everything about me. I am quite a elusive person, as you know that way. And whatever I do or whatever I achieve, it is just for you to see and understand that after all, this is Adi Shakti, and she can do all these things. You can also do all the things, but you cannot become me. But you have to know through love, through devotion, through prayers. To know the God's powers is the way you are God realized. Then you can control the nature, you can control everything. If you have that knowledge within you about God, for that a complete humility is needed. That you cannot become God, cannot become God Almighty. You cannot become the deities. But definitely you can become God realized, means God acts through you, uses you as His power, as His channel.
So we can draw our evening to a close, our meditation to a close, with our attention in Sahasrara. We can thank Shamataji for our realization, for teaching us, showing us, helping us to achieve this state of thoughtlessness, of meditation. And for all that that gives us, and all the ways in which we grow through this capacity that we have, and all the ways in which it benefits us. For all these things, Mother, we thank you. So sorry about the audio glitches and issues this evening. It hasn't been too disruptive. I'll put on a bit of music now for those who want to meditate more. Otherwise, we can do our Namaskar to Shri Mataji again. Raise Kundalini and put on Bandhan in our own time. So thank you to everyone for joining, and I'll leave you with some more of the very talented Shaktidar playing flute for us. And look forward to the next time. So again, thank you all for joining in, and I will stop the meeting now. See you next time.